Back in March of this year, Rockstar promised one of the biggest changes to GTA Online, and we still haven't seen that change. And with a lot of us wondering what's coming in the summer update, this massive change to the game they initially promised could be one of the main parts we get this summer. So if you remember, all the way back before the expanded and enhanced came out, this was sort of the announcement. Or actually, this was right when it came out, March 15th, 2022. They had a newswire going over all the new stuff. And at the very end, you have to scroll down quite a far ways, actually. But at the very end, we get to the "and more" section. And in this section, they talk about, the new chameleon paints and blah, 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 all this other stuff. Right here, this is the biggest thing they promised. Going forward, we plan to continue to make further adjustments across all versions of the game, in addition to rebalancing other areas such as vehicles commonly used in PvP combat. Stay tuned for details. Well, we've been staying tuned for, 4 months now? And what makes this even stranger is there's actually been some other little minor updates to GTA Online over those past 4 months that they could have added this PvP balance in, but they didn't. My question is, did Rockstar forget they said this? Like the Newswire guy, when he was typing this up, did he just go rogue and was hoping that if he typed this in the Newswire, some developers might see it and they might fix it? I mean, surely that's not the case and they have an actual idea of what they plan on doing, but it's just so strange they promised this in March and we still don't even know what they're gonna be doing. Now, how this ties into the summer DLC, they mention that these adjustments are going to be happening across all versions of the game. And that would include the older consoles, the PS4 and the Xbox One. At the moment, what we know of, it's looking more and more likely that the Xbox One and the PS4 are going to be excluded from future DLCs just because the hardware on those older consoles, they can't keep up with the DLCs and updates Rockstar want to put out. But it looks like that exclusion isn't going to happen until this PvP update, until this happens, because then Rockstar would just be flat out lying to people in this newswire. So as far as the summer update goes, this PvP rebalance might be like one of the main parts. And in all likelihood, this could be probably the last update or the last big update content-wise that those older consoles get. Like this is their final send-off. You get a PvP balance patch that hopefully makes the game, the free mode stuff, a little bit better, but that's it. You don't get any more extra content going forward. Now, I will say when they talked about making further adjustments, they definitely did do that with the the nightclub. I think that's been increased. Some of the older motorcycle club missions, like the businesses, those have also been increased, like their payouts and stuff. So I guess technically they've done some of these adjustments across the game. But the one thing they didn't do is the rebalancing of the vehicles commonly used in PvP combat. And maybe this is just the hardest thing to do. Maybe it actually is taking them 4 months to figure out what to nerf. I'm not entirely sure. I mean, you would imagine the Oppressor Mark II would be on the top of that list. But so far, to my knowledge, we haven't seen any of these changes. We haven't seen changes to any sort of vehicles even closely related to PvP combat. So I would almost guarantee that there's like 100% chance we're going to be getting some sort of PvP rebalancing in this next update. Otherwise, Rockstar is just lying in this paragraph. And with that being said, I mean, look, one of the craziest ideas I might have thought of, if the whole cops and crooks rumor is to be believed, and maybe Rockstar want to rework free mode to have cops and crooks to be implemented in it somehow. I mean, a completely out there rebalancing of PvP would to literally have actual players be the cops. And I don't know if that'd be good or bad. It works in like, the roleplay servers, 5M and that sort of stuff. But obviously those have more strict rules. I don't know if we're going to see something like that in online, but it would for sure be an interesting idea, I think. While we are waiting for some details on either the summer update or these adjustments to the PvP combat, let us know in the comments, like, how would you change the PvP at the moment? I mean, obviously, the Oppressor Mark II's got to get changed. They could probably start by making it so where the rockets just don't lock on to players' vehicles, at least non-weaponized vehicles. Although maybe that sort of conflicts with the new Amani tech they just put in the game that people are liking and probably spent millions upon millions of dollars on. I mean, really, when you think about PvP vehicles, it is just the ones with the rockets that lock on and that don't miss. So if they did want to go back and go through some of those vehicles and just change the rockets to not be as crazy, I mean, that would alone make the game probably a lot better. And I know they did just specify vehicles commonly used in PvP, but if there's a way that they can make it so where just the people stop killing themselves with freaking RPGs when you get into like a little battle with them, that would also be great. They tried to do that a long time ago, but it never worked because people still just RPG themselves to spawn in a different location so you don't get the kill today. And it's just flat out annoying. So there's definitely some things they can do to the PvP just to make it better. Not only for PvP people, but also probably for just regular people who don't want to participate in that. I think that's probably one of the biggest problems with the game is if you just want to chill, you kind of can't. Like, if you're in a public lobby, if you're just doing your own thing, selling your own stuff, minding your own business, there's going to be someone that comes after you. And I guess for businesses and stuff, yeah, it makes sense, sure. But if you are just driving around normally in a regular car that's non-weaponized, you shouldn't be able to just get blown up like very easily. So hopefully that's like the main thing that they plan on doing with the PvP challenge or changes. But like I said, this is something we should be seeing soon, unless Rockstar were just flat out lying. Which, hey, I guess maybe that is the case. Maybe they did just flat out lie. Honestly, is there a world where the Amani tech Rockstar put in the game, was that their idea of PvP changes? I really hope not. But the more I think about it, maybe that was what they were talking about. I don't know. Either way, I guess it would just be nice to maybe have some more information. And I guess when we get the first information on the summer DLC, that's when we'll probably find out what specifically they had in mind for this. I guess if anything at all. But anyway, that's going to do it for the video. I just wanted to remind people of these promises Rockstar made. And yeah, hopefully they didn't forget them. But thank you guys for watching. Please drop the video a like if you did enjoy. Subscribe for more GTA content. If we find out any more, of course, on any of the summer DLC news, I'll let you guys know. But as always, I'll see you all in the next one.